Hello, welcome back to my live stream where I talk about whatever I want. My name is Chloe. This is the house of Chloe that I built in my backyard. And yes, my hair is blonde. We established that last stream, but for the newbies, my hair is blonde. And I got a new shirt. It's surprising because I always wear the same shirts when I stream over and over and over again, but this is one that will go in my rotation. I usually wear stripes. It's kind of my thing. I don't really know why. Probably something to do with the gel system. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I am a prisoner. No. I'm very happy. I'm fine. Don't mind me. Okay, so what I am going to be doing is reading the Bible. We've been reading the Bible every day for this year so far through Genesis and then now through Exodus. But what we're going to read today is chapter 16 through 18, and that's right here. All right, so it's about 1, 2, and 3 pages long. That's not too bad. I mean, I keep on saying not too bad, but I'm just saying that because I am an anxious reader. Like, I want to get it done. I want to say all the words and do all the things and get it done. So I don't have to be anxious. I don't know why I'm doing this, but no, I do know why I'm doing this because I want to read the Bible. But yeah, Calvin is here and he likes to read the Bible with me. I have a candle lit that I got the other day, and he likes to look at the candle as well. So let's begin. Bread from heaven. And they journeyed, this is chapter 6 of Exodus. And they journeyed from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after they departed from the land of Egypt. Then the whole congregation of the children of Israel complained against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said to them, "Oh, that we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the pots of meat and when we ate bread to the full. For you have brought us out into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Then the Lord said to Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day, that I may test them whether they will walk in my law or not. And it shall be on the 6th day that they shall prepare what they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily." Then Moses and Aaron said to all the children of Israel, hey, good to see you too. Then Moses and Aaron said to all the children of Israel, At evening you shall know that the Lord has brought you out of the land of Egypt, and in the morning you shall see the glory of the Lord, for he hears your complaints against the Lord. But what are we that you complain against us? Also Moses said, This shall be seen when the Lord gives you meat to eat in the evening, and in the morning bread to the full. For the Lord hears your complaints which you make against him. And what are we? Your complaints are not against us, but against the Lord. Then Moses spoke to Aaron, say to all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before the Lord, for he has heard your complaints. Now it came to pass, as Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, I have heard the complaints of the children of Israel. Speak to them, saying, At twilight you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread, and you shall know that I am the Lord your God. So it was that quail came up at evening and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay all around the camp, and when the layer of dew lifted, there on the surface of the wilderness was a small round substance as fine as frost on the ground. So when the children of Israel saw it, they said to one another, What is it? For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them, This is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. Let every man gather it according to each one's need, 1 omer for each person, according to the number of persons. Let every man take for those who are in his tent. When the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less, so when they measured it by omers, he who gathered much had nothing left over, and he who gathered little had no lack. Every man had gathered according to each one's need. And Moses said, Let no one leave any of it till morning. Notwithstanding that they did not heed Moses, but some of them left part of it until morning, and it bred worms and stank, and Moses was angry with them. So they gathered it every morning, every man according to his need. And when the sun became hot, it melted. And so it was on the 6th day that they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for each one. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. Then he said to them, This is what the Lord has said. Tomorrow is a Sabbath rest, a holy Sabbath to the Lord. Bake what you will bake today, and boil what you will boil, and lay up for yourselves all that remains to be kept until morning. So they laid it up until morning, as Moses commanded, and it did not stink, nor were there any worms in it. Then Moses said, Eat that today, and today is a Sabbath to the Lord. Today you will not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, the Sabbath, there will be none. My foot. Okay. I'm just now getting used to my hair color, so when I look up, I'm like, and then I'm like, oh. But yeah. Continue. Now it happened that some of the people went out on the 7th day to gather, but they found none. And the Lord said to Moses, How long do you refuse to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for the Lord has given you the Sabbath. Therefore he gives you on the 6th day bread for 2 days. Let every man remain in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day. Thank you. Okay. And the house of Israel called its name manna, and it was like white coriander seed, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. Then Moses said, "This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. Fill an omer with it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread with which I fed you in the wilderness when I brought you out of the land of Egypt." And Moses said to Aaron, "Take a pot and put an omer of manna in it, and lay it up before the Lord to be kept for your generations, as the Lord commanded Moses." So Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel ate manna 40 years until they came to an inhabited land. They ate manna until they came to the border of the land of Canaan. Now an omer is 1/10 of an ephah. Thank you. Water from the rock. Chapter 17 of Exodus. Then all the congregation of the children of Israel set out on their journey from the wilderness of Sin, according to the commandment of the Lord, and camped in Rephidim. But there was no water for the people to drink. Therefore the people contended with Moses and said, "Give us water that we may drink." So Moses said to them, "Why do you contend with me? Why do you tempt the Lord?" And the people thirsted there for water, and the people complained against Moses and said, "Why is it you have brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst?" So Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, "What shall I do with this people? They are almost ready to stone me." And the Lord said to Moses, "Go on before the people and take with you some of the elders of Israel. Also take in your hand your rod with which you struck the river, and go. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock in Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, and water will come out of it, that the people may drink." And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. So he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the contention of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" Victory over the Amalekites. Now Amalek came and fought with Israel in Rephidim, and Moses said to Joshua, "Choose us some men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand." So Joshua did as Moses said to him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And so it was, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands became heavy, so they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it, and Aaron and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. So Joshua defeated Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Write this for a memorial in the book and recount it in the hearing of Joshua, that I will utterly blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven." And Moses built an altar and called its name, "The Lord is my banner." For he said, "Because of the Lord has sworn, the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation." Okay, chapter 18, Exodus. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. Okay. Jethro's advice. And Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back with her 2 sons, of whom the name of one was Gershom, for he said, "I have been a stranger in a foreign land," and the name of the other was Eleazar, for he said, "The God of my father was my help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh." And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife to Moses in the wilderness, where he was encamped at the mountain of God. Now he had said to Moses, "I, your father-in-law, Jethro, am coming to you with your wife and her 2 sons with her." So Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, bowed down and kissed him, and they asked each other about their well-being, and they went into the tent, and Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the hardship that had come upon them on the way, and how the Lord had delivered them. Then Jethro rejoiced for all the good which the Lord had done for Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of Egypt. And Jethro said, "Blessed be the Lord, who has delivered you out of the land of the Egyptians and out of the hand of Pharaoh, and who has delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all the gods, for in the very thing in which they behaved proudly, he was above them." Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and other sacrifices to offer to God, and Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. And so it was on the next day that Moses sat to judge, and the people stood before Moses from morning until evening. So when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did for the people, he said, "What is this thing that you are doing for the people? Why do you alone sit and all the people stand before you from morning until evening?" And Moses said to his father-in-law, "Because the people come to me to inquire of God, When they have a difficulty, they come to me, and I judge between one and another, and I make known to the statutes of God and his laws. So Moses' father-in-law said to him, "The thing that you do is not good. Both you and these people who are with you will surely wear yourselves out, for this thing is too much for you. You are not able to perform it by yourself. Listen now to my voice. I will give you counsel, and God will be with you. Stand before God for the people, so that you may bring the difficulties to God, and you shall teach them the statutes and the laws, and show them the way in which they must walk, and the work they must do. Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens, and let them judge the people at all times. Then it will and let them judge the people at all times. Then it will be that every great matter they shall bring to you, but every small matter they themselves shall judge. So it will be easier for you, for they will bear the burden with you. If you do this thing and God so commands you, then you will be able to endure, and all this people will also go to their place in peace. So Moses heeded the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. So they judged the people at all times. The hard cases they brought to Moses, but they judged every small case themselves. Then Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way to his own land. Yay, we did it. That's pretty cool. I like Exodus 18 because it was telling about being a leader in everything. So that was cool. I like it. Now we can cross out our Bible reading for today. And we shall return tomorrow with another reading of Exodus in Exodus. Yeah. Usually end my streams with a little update on things, and I just wanted to let you know that, like, for me, something that I struggle with is my mental health. Right now it is only depression and anxiety, but it has and could possibly be more severe symptoms, but I've been managing it with my medication. But there's one of my medications, so I take Zyprexa as an antipsychotic. That's helping with the hallucinations, delusions, paranoia, all the big symptoms like life-altering debilitated symptoms. So that is a staple in my regimen of medication, but I also have, ahoy, hi Robert. I also have a medication that I've been taking called lithium. And lithium has been causing some trouble with my health. So it has been causing my thyroid to be elevated and my stomach to be upset, kind of like IBS, and my hands to be, they're not as bad, but because I cut it in half already, but to have tremors, and that had caused me to have to quit my job at Quest Diagnostics. So for all those three reasons, me and my doctor decided to take me off starting today, completely off of lithium. So basically I'm just going to be taking Zyprexa. Lithium is a medicine that helps with depression, anxiety, mania, but at the same time it's like pros and cons. Zyprexa is still helping with depression, mania, anxiety, so there's still something, like I'm still taking something that helps with those things. I just won't be taking lithium anymore to have that extra support because of the problems that it's causing. So that's my little health update. Other than that, I'm just hoping to be able to stop the tremors completely, or as much as it can. And eventually in March, after getting my channel fully monetized and working Uber, in March, I'm planning on applying for a job at a plasma donation center. I think it will be a better suited job for me because I won't have to work with like drawing children, which was a really big anxiety for me. Hopefully, like, well, I obviously know there's not going to be children donating their plasma, so that is a big plus. And also hard draws, like if they don't have the vein for donation, they just don't donate. So usually it'll be somewhat easy, like somewhat medium to easy to find the vein and to draw blood from it from at the plasma donation center. And then also whenever a new patient comes, they are tested for all sorts of like STDs, diseases that are contagious, so I don't have to worry as much about getting stuck and having contracted a serious disease. So that is a big plus as well. And then another thing is that I won't just be doing phlebotomy. I won't just be stabbing or poking people all day. Maybe some days I will, but like there's also other things that need to be done throughout the process. So that might be pretty fun. I'm kind of manifesting all of this because I've been donating my plasma for like a few years now, and I'm kind of like just manifesting, or a couple years, 2 years, 3 years, something, kind of manifesting that this is going to be a good job for me. So I'm just hoping that everything goes smoothly. That won't be until March, but sounds like a good plan for me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video tomorrow. Bye.